Hello everyone, Untitled Wisdom speaking. Yesterday's session was quite an epic fail. I spent like 2 or 3 hours trying to use the mouse position to drive the display of various elements inside of my device. The problem is that there is a major design flaw in this approach, so I had to cancel everything that I did and fall back to the previous version of the device. So I won't be sharing with you all the errands of what I've done yesterday, and we'll start over today. Maybe just explain what was wrong, and that's it. So let's get on to this session. Yeah, just wanted to explain actually the issue I was facing yesterday and why it actually didn't work. So let's just use the shock board to show you. So let's add, this is all the patcher floating window in which we have all the settings. We have this second one, which is the B patcher, in which our envelope is happening, which is roughly like so. And inside of that, we have the function, which is something like this. And inside of that, we have the various points. So they will be, let's just draw them manually, no big deal. So they would be like this. So this is my envelope. And the things, so we have the points, the various points here. And what I tried to achieve yesterday is using the actual mouse coordinates, which is starting from that point here. So this would be 0, 0. So here we had our patcher, we had a sub-patcher, which was 120, 70. Oops, sorry. Where's the undo? So that was the 120, 70. Yeah, no, I just want to change that anyway. Touching anything. And I was trying to find out where I was on the envelope, but I was taking for granted that this point that we have here, sorry, that's this point that we have here. Corresponded actually to 0, 0, 0, 1, sorry, so that would be coordinate x equals to 0 and y equals to 1. The problem is that we have this elements, which roughly are like so. No, it's not. And there's actually a padding which is around our envelope to cope with the thickness of that and to have a little bit of padding. So this is actually not 0, 1. Instead, we have some kind of virtual picture inside of it, which would be something like this, in which the actual coordinates occur. And this is, at least from what it seems, undocumented, so I can't know what the exact value for this specific point is. So that's the reason why I actually failed yesterday. So I decided to come back to regular version, where I'm asking the function here to output the mouse value and use the mouse value, at least the x and y coordinates for where the mouse actually stands, and use that. The problem with which I will face is how, if I want to, for example, display something that would be following our mouse, or at least drawing, not following a mouse is okay, but drawing a circle, for example, if I want to, let's say, highlight the nearest point, like so, make a panel, then I need to know the exact position of that point, and this isn't something that I can get from the function itself. So that's my current struggle. So I'll try to see if there's a way of doing so, but I'm not sure that I will manage to. So let's make a quick break and see if I found any solution. If it's not possible, then it would mean that this and also the text, which I'm displaying below the point, that with the tweakings will be roughly okay, but will not take this padding into account. So I have two options. Decide a value for that padding depending on some parameters which I actually don't know. Things like the thickness, the line thickness, or the dot thickness, the radius, or ignore them and suppose that they are equal to 0. So let's check that later. Firstly, there's something I actually did yesterday was to, but it was cancelled. So I grabbed it back from the previous version of the device. See, it was using the presentation rectangle to actually drive the radius and the width, the line width, which would be a bit nicer. So what I need is the width and height. So I'm unpacking that from my presentation rectangle, and I'm using this small calculation to drive the line thickness and the point size of my function. So you're gonna see that now it follows. If I just change the values, the smaller my function is, the thinner the points are, and the lines as well. So it's more readable to me. So anyway, so now I have this point size. So it means that I can use it in my JavaScript to as the padding. So I need to combine this with other values. However, yesterday where I was struggling a lot was to actually convert coordinates inside this floating window. This is the floating window of my device, and the subpatcher, which is displayed here. And it was really an annoyance because I was just struggling a lot. So I may just start by trying to clear things like this xmin, xmax, which doesn't mean anything. So actually what I want to have, I want to store things like this bpatcher coordinates with regards to the main patcher, because this is from there. If you see here, we have the mouse position. It's from there that the mouse position is actually starting. So I need to know this exact value because I will need to remove that plus the radius to know where exactly my envelope is starting. But let's just first remove. Unfortunately, the Max default editor is quite bad in terms of query replacing. It's nice because it's computing and it's compiling as you go, but you can't edit things. So that's a bit of a mess. Let's just open that file using another editor. Now I can just select that and replace by B patcher, maybe B, which is the B patcher. Is that the B patcher? Yeah, B xmin, and gonna replace all. B xmax. Xmax would be B xmax. Ymax will be B Ymax, and Ymin would be by min. Okay, like so. Let's check that this has been modified as well in here. No, it hasn't been. So maybe we need to force reload. Yeah, so it has been changed. And And inside of this, I need to compute where the start point here, I mean the 0, 1 coordinate is in terms of mouse position, and the position of this one. So I'm going to create 4 new variables, and in that case it would be envelope xmin, envelope xmax, envelope ymin, and envelope ymax. And this would be mouse positions corresponding to this, and they are calculated using the point size. So I'm gonna create as well the variable point size because I'm gonna use it. Okay, and so I'm gonna create a function which is named point size using v. And let's first store that value equals to v, and then I can calculate the values of my rectangle. But I think that if I do that, I will have, because if I change the dimensions of my patcher, you see that I'm triggering a change here, of course, which will in turn trigger this thing, and again, which will trigger this one. So, I mean, I would have at the same time calling point size and envelope position, and we have no control on when this is happening. So maybe I should do something else and yeah, cool, and control how this is occurring to have only one function. So I'm gonna do something like this. So I'm gonna reproduce the message which is sent by my presentation rectangle, one time for computing the line thickness and point size, and the second time to calculate the envelope position. And before that, I can do something like, hold on a sec, I'm trying to do that as elegantly as possible. It's not already, because simple thing would be to unpack 4 values using this, and then repack them using this 4 values and the point size, which are just calculated, and I'm sure that this is coming before the list, so it's up to date. And now, instead of using a point size function, I got my envelope position function here. Where is it? There. And then the point size, I mean, so that would be argument number item 4. And now that I have all this, I can calculate my envelope xmin. So envelope xmin would be the patcher xmin plus the point size. As I told you, we have this padding which corresponds to the point size. Envelope xmax would be bx max minus the point size. Envelope ymin would be and by min plus point size, and envelope y max by max minus, sorry, oops, point size. No error. So okay, and then I can probably make a helper, some kind of helper tool to abstract a little bit the conversion between envelope values and pixel values in terms of the mouse position. So maybe let's create a function which is mouse to function, or mouse to envelope. Let's keep the same. Mouse to envelope using mx and my as parameters. So this will take my mouse position and convert it into the patcher position. Yeah, I'm gonna grab from the previous version of my JavaScript, which I actually removed, a small helper, which is a scale function. So it's no big deal, but I mean, there's no reason to write it again. I just can explain it, how it works, but it's pretty simple. Let's put it here. So this takes a value and converts these value coordinates, so between A and B from between X and Y, just taking into account that we have a division here. And so in case A and B are equal, then it's gonna just do the middle between X and Y. It's just a fail-safe. It shouldn't happen, but nonetheless, it's better. And then my function was mouse to envelope. Oh, my scale should be probably as a helper. Let's put it on top. And mouse to envelope now will return scale. So I'm gonna scale mx from envelope xmin envelope xmax, so that envelope xmin would correspond to 0 and envelope xmax to 1, so between 0 and 1, and we'll return as well scale my, and this case would be envelope ymin envelope y max, and in that case between 1 and 0, because 1 is on top and okay, it's opposite direction. So now I should have a function which gives me for any mouse position where I'm in the envelope. And let's do the opposite function, envelope to mouse. So there's gonna be x and y, and I'm gonna scale x from 0, 1, convert it back into envelope xmin, envelope xmax. And I'm gonna scale y from 1, 0 to envelope ymin, envelope ymax. And now it should be a bit clearer for our calculations below. Okay, so this is the function which we are looking for, because it's the one which is actually looking for the closest object. And we're using mouse position. And here you see this thing, which is a bit of an annoyance. Pitch point number. Yeah, this doesn't exist. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got that object there. Just making sure I'm not editing the wrong. Yeah, okay. So firstly, to make sure that we are doing things properly, I'm going to add a small helper object, which is a panel. I'm going to name this thing a hello, because it's going to be a halo. This will be, oh sorry, on presentation. I want something which is 20 pixels for the time being, and the roundness would be 20 pixels as well. I'm gonna have a border of 1. I want it to be empty, and I want it to have an outside border, which is like, so this is look like this, but in presentation it will actually be a square, a circle, sorry. So I'm gonna and let's for mouse position var I'm gonna use var mouse position. No, not draw. Let's use the same name, pitch halo. But it's not here that I want to do that. What I want to do is intercept the mouse message, which is here, like so. So pitch halo is defined as this, and what I want to do is move that object where my mouse is. So I'm gonna have to send a message to that box, which would be pitch halo, and the presentation rect will be envelope to mouse d of cx and cy, which are the values. Yeah, envelope to mouse is setting. So mx my equals envelope to mouse of cx and cy. So I'm converting the closest point into mouse coordinates, and using that mx my is going to be 20 and 20, but I want it to be in the middle, so it's going to be -10 here and -10 there, so it's centered. Something like this. Let's check what I'm doing. Do I have any error message? Yeah, I need to do that in the, not here, but in the patch editor, this one. Nope. Yeah, kink config. That thing is not moving whatsoever. Oh yeah, okay. It's not updated. I get a 0 here, which shouldn't be the case. Is that a 0? It is. Oh yeah, no prepend here. I'm using the wrong value. There we go. Okay, so my envelope position, which actually is okay, but doesn't take into account the bpatcher, values. because as you see, my B patcher is not starting from 0, so I'm missing that information from there, and my pitch envelope presentation shouldn't actually be driven from there. That's something which I wanted to change yesterday, but that has been cancelled as well. No problem, I'm gonna check it. Let's just remove that for the time being and correct that. Actually here I'm sending messages to an object which is inside the patcher from outside the patcher, and this is rather bad. So let's remove that, and I'm going to provide these 4 values to my patcher, so I know what the presentation values are from my from where my subpatcher is. And I'm gonna use this third input, so I don't need that. Instead, I'm gonna do something like that. Let's unpack. And now I can send the values to update my pitch envelope. And this, yeah, I will have to correct that later on. But anyway, what I'm intending to have is my should be there. So now you see that my subpatcher size is still following the main patcher, so I didn't break anything. But now what I do have on top of the previous element is the actual place where my subpatcher is, and I probably need that because they are used as well. But it means that what I've done here is wrong, because that's not my B patcher values. These are actually the function only which are provided here. So I need to correct that, and I probably need as well to receive the window, the main B patcher value. So let's get back to this editor. This one I can close, and actually bxman should actually be function fxman. So that's going to be my SE. Yeah, function, the object which is named function. Bfxman. Bxmax will be fxmax. Replace all. Bymax would be fymax, and bymin would be fymin. All right, and now let's save that, close it, let's reopen it. Okay, and now I'm gonna have a new set of values, which would be actually my B patcher values, which I'm gonna receive from that third inlet. Bxmax, bymin, bymax. And from there, I need to have a function which is bpatcher position, which will have 4 arguments. That would be x1. So what I'm receiving, so it's going to be x, y, width, and height. These are the actual parameters that are sent. And from there, I can correct. And now my bxmin will be x. My bx max will be x plus w. By min will be y. And by max would be y plus height. And so now when I'm receiving the envelope position, so my envelope position is coming from inside dispatcher, and so it hasn't been corrected with regards to where the patcher is. So I probably need to add the bxmin on top of that. It's already taken into account here. Like so. And now I think we get it better. I still need to create that link here. So I need to prepend this to the message which I get here. Like so. Oops, there's a padding here. No. Okay, so my values there are wrong. I probably added this padding a second time. So b patcher position is actually the patcher values, so that's okay. My bxmin it's the same. It's a bit clearer. This way I actually don't need this thing, because this is the pitch envelope, and actually the value which I'm requesting from the get editor is actually the one I'm creating there. So I actually don't need that at all. Yeah. Let's see if I can just connect this. So that's a presentation rectangle. So I'm connecting this here. I can remove the get attribute, which will clean a little bit my display. Let's save. And now I can do something like position. Okay, so the b patcher position is sent here, but maybe it's called in the wrong order. So when I'm receiving values, I may need to separate and have them happen in the right order. As you can see, first I need to get my b patcher position, and then the envelope position inside the b patcher. That's a bit cleaner, in which actually I'm making sure that my values are received on the right at the right time chronologically. And as you can see, now it's still, it seems better. I think that's my emp envelope which is hid there. Let's remove the emp envelope from the time being from the display. So yeah, that's a bit more readable. So I have my issue with the object not displaying properly. All this is working fine, but the width and height are not proper. But at least I removed a few objects which were useless. Let's skin up a little bit. So I know that bpatcher position is called first, so envelope position is where I want to show things. So let's start by bxmin. I'm going to display all of this. Bxmin should be lower than fxmin, should be lower than envxmin, then envxmax, fxmax, and bxmax, and same for bymin. That's going to be a quite long line, but whatever. And bymax. And let's check here. Unless I made a mistake, no. Not displaying anything. Is this function actually called? It is, but it's not called regularly enough. Yeah, I want to do something here like change. I think it's only for a number that change is used. Because that's what I want to do. I want to trigger this only when values are changed. So let's intercept that using shift. Yeah, it's almost there, but I have two connections there. So this way, the message here will only be triggered if the window size changes. That's a bit more elegant, even though I still have this Q metro, which I'm not sure how to do it better. Anyway, so still what I'm experiencing is that this envelope position is actually not called. Let's make sure. No, it's not called because it should actually display NF something. So I'm sure it's not called, and so I need to check where something is stuck. Let's add a message here. let's move this. Okay. Should receive something. Oh, where is that? I thought I made a connection here. Good. So here is what I have. Where is my mouse report? It's not displaying anymore. Anyway, so I get my bpatcher position, which is 100. Then I have the function position, which is as well 100 in X coordinate, because it's just it's not shift. Then I got the radius, which is 303, so it's added on top of this. Then I had this here, the same padding, 1161, then 1165, which will be the width. And then I have an issue because it should not be these two, the 1165 and 1270 should not be different. So actually here I don't need to remove all that, because my subpatcher, the function, sorry, should be the same width as my main window. So my calculation is right, but it's the value which is wrong. Let's change it. Okay, and same for here. I only have to remove the 70 pixels which are on top. Okay, and that's good. Still, there's something here. There's still a padding here, which is wrong. Oh, that's the... This should start, yeah, at 70. No, that's normal. That's normal because I have object there, so that's right. Okay. Now back to my panel, which actually is not going where I want to, but it's no big deal because I haven't actually corrected it. In my mouse to envelope, so I need to convert my let's think for a second. So here, that's what I want to use. Oh, that's it, this one I want to correct, by the way. So I'm receiving an envelope value from there. And yeah, maybe first let's just, yeah. I'm receiving an envelope value. Yeah, I'm receiving an envelope value, so between 0 and 1 and between 0 and 1, both for X and Y. And I want to convert that into coordinates. So X should be converted to envelope X min, envelope X max, and Y min, Y max. I think that's good. So if it doesn't work, it means that the error should be somewhere else. So mouse is the message I'm receiving. Yep. as you can see, envelope to mouse is not working properly. The X coordinate is totally wrong. Just checking that my nearest point value is right. So yeah, 062, 040, 073. So my CX and CY are good, but my mouse envelope to mouse is sending back wrong values. I can remove this. I'm inside the subpatcher. So I should not convert back into the main window values, but inside the subpatcher values. And that's maybe the issue, but whatever, shouldn't get this 0.87, which doesn't make sense at all. Okay, that was a bit awkward. Faced two issues. I don't know if it's a bug in Max or something weird with the current state of the device, but this message sending script messages to the pitch halo here didn't seem to work, so I instead added a new outlet to my patch, to my JavaScript, and this outlet would be connected to that small thing here to update its coordinate. Sorry, but I don't know what's actually going on and why it wasn't working, but let's not insist on the reason why. And the second change that I had to do is here. Actually, my padding here is okay, but what I want to target is not the border of my point, but the center of my point. So I had to add twice this radius to calculate this X position, which is envelope X min, envelope Y min. And there is apparently at least a 1 pixel padding here, which I added. So now what I have, let's get back to this mouse value. So what I have is this pitch halo, which actually I don't need anymore. I'm calculated C, which is the closest point in mouse coordinates from the CX and CY, which are the envelope coordinates in between 0 and 1. And I'm calculated this. I'm using this value, so that's the X coordinate. I remove 10, which is the half of the size of my panel, of this halo, and the BX min, which is my bpatcher offset, which you see here and there, to get back to the window coordinate, and then I can send that message to my halo, and as you can see, I get a point which is following my mouse. So it's following he's able to show to connect to the closest point, and all this is okay. It's nice anyway. So I maybe can do something a bit nicer. So let's say I'm gonna use a gradient. Can I do a Gaussian gradient? Not sure if I can do that. I would like to have a center radial gradient. Yeah, probably you can't do that. I can change the angle, I can change that thing, but I can't actually have a gradient which is from the center. So that's a bit annoying. So I don't want to go into a place where I'm gonna use an external picture like SVG. I think I could probably program that in an SVG, but for now it would be a bit of an annoyance. So what I have here is that thing, which is okay. And as you can see, the object, oh, okay. As you can see, this this object is not updated, but it doesn't prevent me to handle the button. So now all this to be able to correct that which is wrong. There's firstly one issue here. It's nice to have this thing, but actually what I want to have is a better control if I'm tweaking the envelope and I want to have a frequency instead of a MIDI note. So that's not exactly what I wanted. Let's check how to do that. So this instead would be a frequency between, let's say, 20 and 22,000 hertz. But if I do this, then it's totally wrong. So I need to convert this note min and max into frequencies, and we use M to F, which actually convert a MIDI note to a frequency. So M to F here, and instead of connecting this, I'm gonna go there, and I think that's enough. And same for this one, M to F, and instead of connecting there, I'm connecting here. And I think I have to do the same for the opposite direction. So, like so, and like so. And this is wrong, because what I want to have is these two things occurring consecutively in sequence, like I actually did here. So now my hertz, I convert it into coordinates. Let's just update this to make sure that my values are right. And we can try to change. All this is not very fluid. Because I don't see, that was my initial problem, is that I couldn't see what I was handling, and that's the overall reason for all my tryouts of yesterday. When I'm doing this, the actual value is not displayed, and this is not what I want. I mean, I want to have a visual representation, and that's why I didn't I was trying not to use that mouse message here. Where is it? This mouse message here, but instead use the mouse position, which is updated even though I'm changing. Let's add that back to the presentation. and put it somewhere visible, like here. And as you can see, if I move the mouse while doing things, the mouse keep on being updated, and this is that value that I want to use actually to do everything. So that's gonna be our next step. I'll probably make save the whole device as it is now, because yesterday I failed. So, but now I get this. I've improved because I now know the padding, and I've taken the padding into account. So my regular mouse position, I probably can handle it better and correct that. So it took me like a day to figure this out, but it's probably worth it if I want to have something which is a bit more fluid. So this mouse message we actually want to replace by an actual mouse message position. Let's just check this thing here, which is also named back position, mouse position, and that's a bit messy. So mouse position is using, what am I correcting here? I'm scaling. What actually am I scaling? Yeah. Using the closest element. So here I'm outputting the closest element coordinates. So this is the number, and I get the X, Y, and curve coordinate. This is sent to this, which will convert it into a regular mouse position using this, and drawing and getting back to this function to draw that. I probably can do that better now that I have all this information that I want, and I can do it instantly because I have mouse here. So I think we can get rid of this mouse position thing. So this I will copy for the time being. I will copy them here. Because actually I have my values there. So you see that this C array, C.0, C from 0, C from 1 is the X and Y coordinates, almost using these coordinates. So we can use that to control where I want to send my values as my mouse go. And this way I can get rid of this mouse position and have only one function which covers my mouse. So the start X point from my for my 4 elements display here would be somewhere left of my C.0. So I'm starting from C of 0, and I will need minus 90 because I'm going to be on the left of it. However, I don't want to go too far to the right, and my maximum value on the right is the right extremity of my envelope, so that would be envelope X max minus the total size of my object, so that's going to be 180. all my coordinates are starting from the window coordinates. That's taking care of the edges to the right, and I need to take care of the edges to the left, and so it has to be not left of envelope X-Men, which is the left side, the left border of my X-Men. Let's deactivate all this. I don't want to screw up what I'm doing. And then let's handle start Y. So C of 1 minus 25, which is 10 pixel above. Yeah, I'm going to be 10 pixel above my. Actually, what I want to have is 10 pixel below. If I'm so C1 plus 25 plus 10. I'm going to be 10 below, and this should be no lower than NY max minus 25, which is the height, 15, which is the height of my element, plus 10, which would be the margin. So minus, I think, 25. And then let's take care of the top border. And I have to be at least at NY min plus 10 pixels. I think that's it. I need to go on this side and see what it does. So I probably need to remove some margin here. I probably need to do this start x minus equal my b patcher min, bx min, and start y minus equal by min. Yeah. So I'm taking care here of a margin to the left, same to the right, and if I go up here, I'm still okay, and if I go at the bottom, my display is happening where I want. Let's check the final edges, like here. Good. We can save. And now let's put all this function in comment, because I won't be using it anymore. But what I want to do now is replace all this crappy thing by using the proper mouse position. So let's try and see if it's working straight. Not quite. Oh. Yeah, the thing which is happening here is that my envelope points are not sent to the output until I actually release the mouse. And this is why I still don't have a value appearing. So that's a bit annoying. I may play a little bit and add 3 new elements which would follow in that case the mouse somehow and display the actual point where I am, even though I'm changing an existing one. Not sure if you're following what I mean. This can be done. So anyway, mouse position here can be removed. This as well. And this can be removed as well. This is only used there, so we are having something a little bit cleaner. So using mouse position, I could as well output current value. Oh, not like this. And current value. Oh. So all this, I will probably wrap it up. It's a bit awkward to do that. But what I want to do is get rid of all these things and try to see if I can put them inside a patcher. Let's try and encapsulate that into a patcher and see if it's any better. No, there's another one here. Let's try and use everything which is provided there and see if it's better as an abstraction. Yeah, that's quite helpful. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get some kind of loop here. I need to find the proper level of abstraction. Not sure why I'm getting. Let's. Oh no. Let's redo the encapsulate thing and open that subpatcher. See if there are some weird things happening in there. why would this second input be used and sent to the second output, which in turns come back to the third one? No, that's no good. That's no good like it is now. Okay, that's a bit better. I don't have any internal loop inside of the subpatcher. What I'm trying to do is having something a bit more readable, and that I can copy as well. Let's diminish all this. Just want to make sure that this stays to the left. I'll correct that later, but it's better for me. I'm outputting the min and max values from there. Oh, I think I'm oh no, I've lost all my elements, so all this is not working at all. Because this can't be inside the subpatcher because it wouldn't be visible anymore. And I guess I'm gonna have the same issue that I already faced with these internal links between output 3 and input 3. Output 3 and input 3. I hate these things. And now I think I have to change this output here, because I want to output the frequency and not the just the note value, because that will be more precise. Let's have a look at how this is used in the main patcher. We haven't touched the main patcher anyway, so here we are. Of course, we are only translated the output frequency, the output note, to a frequency. So this can be done inside of the subpatcher here. Yeah, but I know that's the min and max only. But the second one, when I'm outputting this, so that's minimum max. The fourth one is a bank to trigger read row, and the first one is triggered by let's see what it is. The first one is my list of points, which is in decimal value, so that's fine. No change needed here. But my initial need was to duplicate this, to have some elements like this one following the mouse. My mouse follower can be here. I can remove that for the time being. We'll add it back if it's needed for some reason. I would really like to remove all this, at least. Maybe I can do at least that and encapsulate this part. So here we have the minimum pitch. Here we have the maximum pitch, and let's open it. And oh, that's frequency. So let's just name these outlets. So notify change would actually need only to be connected there, because if I change anything here, it's going to be triggered. So I don't need that one only. And it's already a bank which is occurring, so I don't need to trigger a bank from that bank. It's just banks on changes. So that's max pitch. Let's copy it. That's min pitch. found this a little bit tight, and actually I'm gonna have to copy all this, including the connection, including that, to have something which follows the mouse. No, this is coming from there, and this is going there. But I'm only wanted to have FF because I won't be able to change the curve from the mouse. Yes, maybe yes. So this is useless. This is needed, and the curve as well. This won't update anything, so I can remove that. And all this will be non-modifiable and would ignore click. It's only displays that I want. But now I need to generate the proper message for current, and this is something which I do in my envelope manager on the mouse position, on the mouse message. The mouse. I'm still receiving mouse message, so ouch. That's bad. Because I thought everything was working, but it probably is not. Let's connect this yes, I want to connect there. It doesn't want to connect here. Oh, it's already connected. But that's mouse, which I want to trigger. Ouch. No. This is not working. I thought it was, but it's actually not working at all. Because I need to convert my mouse into proper values. Yeah, this won't be enough. And I have a second thing, which is C. So this is gonna be M instead for my mouse. But you're gonna see that it doesn't work for sure. Yeah, there's an error. At 214. And that's a bit weird, there's nothing at 1.4. Yeah, that doesn't work because my distance is not properly converted mouse to envelope. Let's post that to the output. Of 0 and m of 1. Oh, undefined. Closest. Why is this undefined? Oh. Notch number. Undefined. Why is everything undefined now? It's not posted anything from here. Oh. Undefined. Okay. Great. Okay, that's the first time I use mouse to envelope. I need to make an array out of this. Okay. It's not working great, but it's doing something. So let's see what the first value is. You see that I have negative values for my mouse coordinates, so my scale is not working properly. The y coordinate seems okay, because here my y is 0 and here's 1, but my x is wrong. Yes, but that's not what I want to use. This mouse envelope I want to test. Oh, JS up there, object. Oh no. It seems that it's all putting the same. Yeah, that is right. This is working properly. Whoa. Now this thing is sending negative values for the mouse position. That's bad. Why am I getting negative values? The question is, what is the patcher which the mouse is considering as the default value? So 0 should is apparently occurring somewhere here. Doesn't make any sense. I ain't got no patcher here. This doesn't seem very stable. Yeah, my mouse value is definitely wrong. Okay, that's better. For some reason, the mouse position was not handling properly what I was doing. All right. So now I know my actual position. Now I can try to generate an output with this message, but for the current. So that would be outlet, and the message would be current. However, current would would contain something like M0 and M1. I don't think that curve can be used, so let's see. For now, I just want to show, I just want to have the value displayed. Oh no, a message. Let's put this somewhere I can use them. I can see them while the device is locked. Okay, so my mouse is no, the third one should definitely be at 0. Why is this sending anything else than 0? Oh, closest. But of course it's not milliseconds, or at least it's not I need to convert these values. This hasn't been copied actually. And this milliseconds multiplied Yeah, and this hasn't been outputted lately, so I need to do something there, like so. Let's change the pitch as well. So here I have, this is the time value of my mouse, this is the frequency value of my mouse, and let's check that it corresponds to what I'm seeing. So 270, yeah, good. So now if I'm moving a point, I see that I'm moving my point to a value which will correspond if I release. So let's say 830, and it should be 830. That's good. So the computation is right. Now I just need to send the these elements where my mouse is, have them follow this. Let's remove it for the time being because it's not meant to show anything with regards to a curve. So I'm gonna need to, yeah, I need to rename these things. So that's mouse pitch X and mouse pitch Y. And I will need to address that. And I will do the same kind of calculation I've done here. I only need two values, so let's say I'll start at minus 45 and my maximum is 90. And for the y coordinate it doesn't change. But instead of working with C of 0 and C of 1, I'm using M of 0 and M of 1. And that's going to be M start X, M start Y. And I'll send to this. So this will be M start X, M start X, M start Y, M start Y. This will be 0 and plus 45 only. And I'm gonna send this to M pitch X and M pitch Y. Let's check if I made any mistake. I probably have. Oh, M pitch X. Where is M pitch X? Oh, that's mouse pitch X. Our mouse pitch X is null. So my my mouse has not been sent what I want. Just print that to the console. We have things which actually don't change at all. So I probably get a 0 somewhere. Yeah, mouse to envelope. No, that's not mouse to envelope because that's going to be between 0 and 1. So that would be mx and my, my initial values here, with quite an error, but that's a good start. So there's a minus bxmen. Let's correct that. Yeah, my mouse is again not where it should be. Okay, so now when my mouse is at correct position, then it's actually following. So I can move a point and having that point follow along. Yeah, it's a bit slow, but let's get rid of. It's really slow. But there's a lot of stuff happening that should not be done every time the mouse is moving, like all these find objects. They should be done once at the device start. Yeah, let's make an initialize function. I could use a bang for that, but I like better doing it this way. And all these variables that I'm using are good, but I need to define them as global variables. this should already help us have something a little bit less slow. Yeah, sure, as you can see, I need to send the initialize message now to my JavaScript. And I shouldn't use var here, because if I do so, I'm creating local variables. There we go. Let's do the same for the rest of our objects. I get this pitch halo. Yeah, I prefer doing that using something which is triggered by a live device object, so I'm sure that all these objects has been created when I'm trying to use them. Okay. It seems already that it's a bit faster, isn't it? At least for the mouse following. But it's not yet done. I have all these objects as well. Let's remove this post that is happening inside the mouse function, because output to console usually they tend to slow the devices. Yeah, gotta keep in mind that I'm actually recording the screen as well, so it's probably making a strain on the rest. So it may be better. We'll see anyway. But we can have a look, because this is the most critical element that should be taken care of. So let's see if there are some things that we can do faster. I'm not sure we can do something faster, but not very fast, much faster. So we'll see later if it still is able. And now my point is actually following, as you can see. And the last thing I need to do is not keep on calculating the closest when I'm moving objects. I mean, it's just totally useless. So I'm gonna intercept the fact that the mouse is on or off. The first one is here telling me if the mouse is let's just do mouse on $1. I create the small function. We'll have this variable which will be mouse button pressed. So if button pressed, I don't want to calculate or output anything to the closest. So just after our helpers, there's gonna be a mouse on V, which will update button pressed equal to V. So we'll have 1 or 0, and then when I receive some mouse information, I don't need to calculate the closer or move anything if I'm dragging. So if my mouse is if mouse is not pressed, then I'm doing all the rest. So I'm computing distances. And I'm outputting the patcher, and I'm updating the elements display as well, using these 4 items, and I'm outputting the closest. And all this shouldn't be done if my button is not pressed, like so. And now I have everything happening, but if I start dragging, you see that my elements are not updated anymore. But I still have the previous version, which could be interesting. While I'm dragging, I still can come back to where I was. If I press escape, it doesn't do anything, so looks good. So I could do this a little bit better, anyway. But at least when I'm dragging, I get something which is convenient. So that was again a pretty long session, like 2 hours. I mean, not including the breaks, and there was some points where from time to time I was checking things offline, and but we have made quite some progress in this session. Now we have a proper display of all the points where they have to be on our function. We have as well some text which is following the mouse and getting updated as we go. So for tweaking an envelope, it's probably better. It's a bit slow. And it lags a little bit, so I'm not sure if it's JavaScript issue, or the fact that I'm having the screen recorder, and I think I have the video rendering software which is running in background. This shouldn't be doing anything, at least not the video editing software, but OBS is definitely taking some resources when I'm recording, so I'm going to test that offline and see if it's okay, or if it has to be improved even further. So, because the user experience is not only having the proper elements at the proper place, but as well having a sleek UI, which is fluid and doesn't lag. So I'm gonna report back on the next session. Thank you for watching. Take care. If you like my videos, if you like what I do, please consider subscribing to my Patreon, because that's actually the only way to support me apart from viewing my videos. Thank you guys.